Says we're alive. Do you believe it? I don't know. I never know if I can trust the old dark mirror. Do you like that I should call it a dark mirror or should I call it a black mirror? Seems like folks these days are fond of the TV show Black Mirror. But it really alludes to a more ancient device known as the dark mirror. Oh, Jesus. I might have just gotten a ticket for not wearing me seatbelt. But I've got me seatbelt on now. I'm strapped in. Let's push the gas and get her moving. I hope y'all good-looking, sexy people are doing well this morning. I'm doing my Popeye impersonation. Can you hear me all right? If you can hear me out in Happy Land, give me a yo. You know how I like me yos. I like me yos about as much as I like me spinach. He's strong to the finish because he eats his spinach. Oh, wow, what a day, man. Freezing. It is ice cold here in the capital. This is the Live Drive Jive Archive with your house, Frank Monday. Hey, Frank Monday! You want to go down to Tidy Tight and Tidy Tight Street and get a coffee? How about a hot dog? A hot dog. I'd like to have a hot dog there, laddie. I'd like to stick a hot dog in me gob. Hey, looks like there might be someone out there in Happy Land. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be, whenever you may be, and whoever you may be. Yo, yo, yo! All right, you can hear me good. Let's have a JP Farrell. Oh, good God, there's someone in front of me barely moving their vehicle. What kind of happy horse shit is that? Who's out there anyway? Who is that? Silver Fox Americana. Huh. That's an interesting name you've got there, Silver Fox. Whenever I hear Silver Fox, I think of that old. I think of anyone old, for one thing, because silver typically indicates your 70s, 60s, and 70s. You don't hit your golden years until you're in your 80s and 90s, right? Until you're an octogenarian. What comes after an octogenarian? What the fuck are you honking for? Get out of me goddamn way before I punch you in the gob. Silver Fox, tell me about yourself. Let's do a live interview. Okay, you got silver hair? Nice. Is it silver hair because you've arrived in your days of wisdom? Or is it because you painted it silver? Where are you hailing in from today, Silver Fox? I am broadcasting to you live from the central kingdom of the celestial dragon, Twilight Zone Old Peking, where we get shit done, man. This is the throne of the world dictatorship right now, from what it looks like. Everyone's kind of following the Chinese. The Grand Canyon. Good God, man. Are you a man or are you a woman? Not that it matters, I guess. I guess a fox is either a man or a woman, right? But typically in Chinese culture and Asian culture in general, I'll just base it on China because that's all I know. I know the Japanese got the same fairy tales, but it's because they're originally Chinese. A fox is called a hulijing, and it's a ghost, a demonic spirit that appears as a beautiful young girl, a seductress. And in the Japanese culture, they've got 9 tails, but in the Chinese, there's no such bullshit. They don't obfuscate it with 9 tails. It's just got one regular tail. Anyway, maybe the 9 tails is indicative of like a cat's 9 lives. Maybe it has something to do with the amount of spirits occupying the body when they finally create one. Anyway, so the fox spirit will, good God, guys, come on, learn to fucking drive. In the morning, you gotta push it. You gotta push it like that famous song. What is that song? Can't even remember it now. It's one of the top 10 sexiest songs on the internet for videos, for sexy videos. Silver Fox, Grand Canyon. I've got a sister. I've got a wee sister. Well, she's older than me, but she lives in the Grand Canyon as well. Well, not in the Grand Canyon. She lives a little further north than that. But good gosh, good golly, that they've got Egyptian caverns in the Grand Canyon, huh? That's a part of old Tartaria, as far as I know. Man, these fucking assholes are just really doing a shit job driving today. All right. I can't focus too much on the chat because it's a little bit dangerous. You know, like that famous Michael Jackson song. She's so dangerous. Woo-hoo-hoo. The girl is dangerous. All right, finally the traffic broke a little. Man, they're fucking just dragging ass this morning. It's infuriating. You know, it's Friday morning. Folks should be up and at it, getting their fucking drive on. But man, it must already be getting too late. I think I left the house a couple of minutes too late, and I'm just running into fucking every dickhead there is. Every goddamn dickhead in town is pulling into traffic going 20 miles an hour. Anyway, what can you do? Not a lot. Just deal with it. Oh, wow. It's like they just got zero fucking common sense, and they're all half asleep. See, that's why I get up. I get up an hour earlier than I really need to, so that I can have a cup of coffee and write in my dream journal and practice a little magic and get myself ready for the morning. But here's what happened this morning. I encountered other people's bullshit, right? I like to get everything set up the night before, and that way I can just get up and get at it, you know? But when other people, my wife, I don't mean other people, I mean my wife, she's not doing her part of things right now, which is kind of frustrating. She's on and off with it. Whereas I'm old faithful. I'm 100% of the time. Never miss a day of work. Get my shit done every single fucking day without fail. And that's all I ask of her. And she's got the, let's not talk about that. Let's just get on with our day. So in order for a relationship to work well, yeah, as you guys know, each person has to do their part. And her part's only like 20% at this point. She doesn't have to work and earn the salary. She just has to do a few simple tasks each day. But rather than doing that, you know, she wants to go shopping and not getting shit done. And she's got plenty of time to do all those other things. But her thing is, she's been partying with her friends recently and not getting the kids to school on time and staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning each morning, and spending 90% of her time shopping on her phone and, you know, doing this, that, or the other thing. And it's like, man, well, fuck, whatever. You know, I'm not going to fucking care. You can't force people to do their part. You can encourage them, and that's about it. But you can't, if you want to fight with people over not doing their part, then you're a fucking dickhead. And nobody likes a dickhead. At least to me, because I do like to slack off occasionally, don't get me wrong. But it is fucking rare. Once every 10 years or something. Whereas she's been slacking off 90% of the fucking time. And out of the 20 years that we've been together, I'd say she's slacked off 60% of the time. Whereas I've been at it 99% of the time. Nah, maybe that's not fair. 95. All right, we'll grant her this. She's put in her best foot 55% of the time in our relationship. I've put it in 95% of the time. And that's the way it works. There ain't a lot you can fucking do about it. You can complain about it. You can whine about it. You can fucking bang your rattle against your goddamn playpen and beg for your diaper to be changed. But it ain't gonna fucking happen. They're gonna leave you in a shit-filled diaper all day long. Hey, what's up, Paul? I'm just bitching about my wife being lazy and staying up till 4 or 5 every fucking night, going out in the middle of the night and playing with her friends, and I don't know. It's coming down to the end of the wrap, though, guys. The semester is almost over. We got 2 weeks left, and then we're off for like 6 weeks of winter vacay. How nice is that? And it's Friday. Thank God it's friggin' August. Hold me Eddie Hone, you bastards out. You beautiful bearded bastard. I'm gonna come over there with a mug of the ale, with a flagon of stout, and kiss you on your goddamn bearded mug. I'm on the superhighway, guys, so I can't really check the chat. So rather than doing that, let me spin you a tale of the days of yore. How does the song go? See if I can remember it. Jesus Christ. Good God in heaven, man. So then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush, me buccal, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain. Get ready quick and soon, for the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. So hurrah me boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. Well, I met with Captain Fanny and he took me by the hand. How is dear old Ireland and how does she stand? It's a most disgraceful, it's a most distressful situation that there has ever been, for they're hanging men and women for the wearing of the green, for the wearing of the green, for the wearing of the green. Yes, they're hanging men and women for the wearing of the green. I fucking mixed the two songs because they're the exact same melody, right? Wearing of the green and rising of the moon. But what are you gonna fucking do? I haven't practiced in a while, and my old memory isn't what it. My memory's better than it ever was. I need to look up who some of these guys are because I've been singing these songs for a long time, but I don't know who the individuals are. Like who's the guy in Rising of the Moon? It's Sean McFarrell or think that's who they sing to. Sean O'Farrell. And then in Wearing of the Green, it's Napper Handy, something like that. Who the fuck are these guys? Christ in heaven, man. I need to look it up. I can't believe I've been singing these songs for 30 plus years now, and I've never looked up who these old bearded bastards are. I appreciate that, Paul, but no, man, I'm going to get in there. That's going to be my research project for this weekend. It's going to be Praise to Dear Old Ireland. And I'm going to look up who some of these fucking key figures are in these songs. And I'm going to get the lyrics printed out, and I'm going to rememorize them. Because I used to have them all memorized when I was a kid. I was in the choir, I was in the church choir. And I had a heavenly voice like an angel. And I'd sing the songs of praise to dear old Ireland. And yeah. And those were the days, man, back in the day, among the Appalachian Irish. What the fuck's going on here, man? And I think that the Appalachian Irish are just as Irish as the Irish, right? They're just several generations removed. They had to flee Ireland for some reason. There's these crimson-wearing, cross-bearing bastards from England that came in and murdered them for some reason. I don't know the exact history, but I do know that they served a bitch of a queen and a dickhead of a king, and they sought to murder me ancestors. And they forbid the Irish from growing the shamrock and from wearing green. So yeah, anyway, so my New Year's resolution, hello. Yeah. My New Year's resolution is to wear more green. I can't wear a green cap though. Just yeah. In China, if you wear a green cap, it means that you're cuckold. If you wear a green hat, it means that your wife is cheating on you. So I don't know the exact history of why that is, but a green cap in China is indicative of a cuckold man. A man who's been cuckold is said to wear a green cap. I'll have to look up that too. And so my theme for the year is green. And green is going to be the banner of protesting the jab. So if you're protesting the jab, and you have, even if you've been jabbed, but if you think that freedom is a beloved thing in the material realm, and that we shouldn't be lorded over by the Nazi regime, the men who wear black. And I think I want to make a drive to a political worldwide drive that peace officers, so-called men in blue, the thin blue line, be allowed to wear black anymore. They should be stripped of their black color, because black gives them the demonic power to murder the common man. And I'm against that. I'm against men who are supposed to be keeping the peace wearing black and dressing like SWAT officers. And I think that a green shamrock should be the symbol of resistance against the vax. Because we shouldn't have to kowtow to Big Pharma and get on our fucking knees and take the 12-inch strap-on dilly up the Hershey Highway. I'd better keep my mouth clean, right? So yeah. So I got 2 New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna try to clean up my act, like my language on my videos. That way I can make videos that actually get circulation. And the shamrock, a green shamrock of some kind, I'm gonna try to make them or something, and it's gonna be a dual type thing. Number one, it's going to represent sic semper tyrannis, or as always unto tyranny, which means that we represent freedom and the preservation of the human genome. Because the doctor, and isn't a coincidence that his name is Robert Malone, that a Dr. Malone has come forward, the man credited with patenting and researching this therapy that they're using, and he said that he's called for the human spirit to resist the tyranny of forced vaccination with something that isn't being used for what it was meant for. It's not why he created it. Good God, I'm stuck in a pseudo Irish accent. Let me see if I could try to drop it a little bit. Okay, so back to my ordinary Frank Monday voice, which is what? What is an ordinary Frank Monday voice? How do you even manifest that? How do you channel that wandering Irish rover that manifested in Twilight Zone Old Peking for only a brief time during stand-up comedy? I don't right know, but I'm the one who summoned him, and so I'd better take responsibility for him. All right, so back to brass tacks. Yeah, if you guys will support me in that, I think the color green is good. It's good enough. It's perfect to represent unmolested humanity, and it's a trifold type thing. It represents our resistance to tyranny. Tyranny in any form, really, but the specific tyranny of the health certificate bullshit, this multi-pass system they're coming up with. I mean, sure, give everyone a multi-pass. Yeah, see, that's the fucking thing. We've already got IDs and shit that we need to get through the gate guards, but they're using the color of green to represent that you've been jabbed multiple times, right? And that you've got the right to fly and the right to go into a restaurant and all that other happy horse shit. But I say we just use green as resistance to that tyranny. And anybody with a piece of green on has got the same rights as someone with their cell phone and their multi-pass. And we just start making like green swaths or whatever, maybe just a piece of green cloth to wear on your lapel, preferably a shamrock if it can be managed. But any type of a green handkerchief, a shred of green, and you just show that to the gate guard every time. And yeah. So there you go. The green movement will reclaim what it means to be green. It doesn't mean electric cars, and it doesn't mean you've taken a bunch of jabs up the ass with a big 12-inch dildo, but it means that you love freedom and that you support human free choice. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? I'm just thinking out loud. I'm spitballing here to see what sticks. Because you should always have the fucking green light. You don't need to bend over and take some experimental jab that is useless against anything and doesn't represent any type of fucking scientific calculation. And all it represents is getting on your fucking knees and capitulating. Is that the correct word? It represents a loss of dignity and bending over. What's the right word? Acquiescence. It represents enslavement is what it represents. Yeah, I hear that, Silver Fox. Me too, for now. You know, unless they fucking already. Um, I guess for now we still have our free choice. You know, they're saying, hey, you can't fly, you can't ride the bus. You know, and I'm saying, fuck that. You can do whatever you want. And yeah, can you? I mean, you can't do whatever you want, but you have to put up a certain amount of positive resistance against tyranny. Uh, who was the guy that wrote the famous book? Was it Henry David? No, it was Thomas Paine. Old Tommy Paine. So I don't know. I'm going to write an essay on it. And I call for action. I call for all freedom-loving human beings worldwide to put on a shamrock. And maybe St. Patty's Day should be our rallying point, right? Because that's what is today? Today is the what the fuck is that? Today's the 7th of January. And get Thomas Sheridan on board too, if you guys know him. Who are some other great freedom loving individuals out there? Tell people, say, hey guys, Frank, I mean, it doesn't even have to start with me, but there's been a call to act. And Frank, why not? Why not make Frank Monday the figurehead of the call to green for the Shamrock? And I think Ireland is a good mythological representation of what people stand for, because the Irish have always stood for resistance to tyranny. That's kind of their thing, right? I'd like to hear some feedback. If you guys agree with the Shamrock representing resistance to, and what have they labeled us? Anti-vaxxers. Yeah, let's fucking embrace it. The Shamrock, a green Shamrock on your lapel to represent anti-vax and to represent the fact that you stand with people who have free choice. And even if you're already vaxxed up, right? You've already had your 5th or 6th booster, but you represent freedom of choice. I say we all fucking just flood the market with Shamrocks and try to make that clear association that it represents pro-choice in this situation. I think we need a symbol, and I believe the Shamrock is a good symbol. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, like I said, but I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to start this semester, as I go into the new semester, I'm going to make St. Patty's Day. I'm going to make a good St. Patty's Day PPT for my classes and teach everybody about St. Patty's Day and not tell them what I'm doing. You know, I'm not going to tell people that it's anti-vax, that it's pro-choice. That's what it, because we got to label it in a positive beat, right? So pro-choice for freedom-loving individuals. And I'll secretly weave in the symbology of fighting tyranny. And I'll rally people around the Shamrock. And what is it? The 23rd current? I'm going to make a green flag with the harp on it. See if I can get around this guy. Yeah, I did it. I pulled it off. Nice. We are on Plum Blossom Lane, where the old wizard hobbles on his cane. there's a mysterious fog out today. So I gotta be careful. The old specters of Plum Blossom Lane, they will pull you into the netherworld, man. They don't give two fucks about the living. Well, they do, in fact. They love the living, and they love to lap up the succulent life force as it leaks from the traumatized. So you gotta watch your fucking back. Yeah, so if you guys have been tuning in for the 100-Day Magical Challenge, I've been suggesting in this second trimester, right? In the second 333-day section is that you start learning the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Now, I know that I lost a couple of subs over the last few days because I am synthesizing paganism and magic and esoteric Christianity and Freemasonic rites and Rosicrucianism and the Western mystery tradition. And so some folks that thought maybe they would sway me to an entirely Christian doctrine have taken offense at me rhetoric over the last couple of days. And they said, you know, I'll piss on Frank Monday and his antichrist sentiment. But that's not true. I adore the Christ story and the Christ consciousness. I just don't believe that it went down exactly the way some people think it did. Let me see, where is this me turn? Good God, man, now what have they done? What have they done to me here? Have they put an extra gate? No, okay. I think I'm just, what? I don't know, man. I think somehow I made a wrong turn. How curious. How has that occurred? I've never done that before. So let me orient myself here. Because I was off in Fantasyland, jibber jabbing with all of you. Let me find myself a good old JP Farrell and reorient what the fuck is going on here. I don't know, they've been changing these roads too recently and doing a lot of road work. And yeah, somehow I do recognize most of this. So I am in the right neighborhood, but somehow, did I go left when I should have gone right? Have I entered into a mysterious Twilight Zone phenomenon? Yeah, man, that's fucking weird. That's all right. I'm always early enough that I can afford to explore a little bit. All right. I was hoping that I would get to fucking work early so I could read the chat and see how you guys are reacting to my ideas, but something fucking happened, man, and I just went through like a wormhole or something and ended up in a part of town that I've never been in before. That is not the right location, but wow, okay, nice. Wow, that is fascinating how that occurred. I'm back where I need to be, but I just looped around, man, on a piece of road that, as far as I knew, didn't even fucking exist. And here I am headed in the wrong direction. All right, what can you do? I must have just shot past me turn. Which is fascinating to me because I've explored every single little road in this neighborhood. It's just, it's what I do. I get out and fucking creep around, creeping while you're sleeping and checking everything out. Look at this, dude. What is up, dude? It's a green light. Why are you stopping? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Anyway, so when you cut everything as close as I do, like time wise, then assholes that have no idea what they're doing and then pull in front of you kind of frustrates you a little bit, but not a lot you can be doing about that. Yeah, I went through a little wormhole or something, and it's intentional. The universe likes to fuck with you occasionally, especially when you're coming up with good ideas. Whenever you start on a genius level of intellect and you start coming up with good ideas that might actually create positive change in the world, the universe will throw every obstacle and distraction in your path. And the reason is because you need those obstacles and those distractions in order to make you strive even harder to stay focused and get razor focused so that your idea is the very best and has been tested by fire and brimstone and perfected. The process of trial and error, the scientific method, brings about the absolute most honed blade. If it happens again, though, I'm going to be a little bit frustrated. No, it looks like I'm good now. Okay, wow. That was fascinating, man. I've never encountered that type of phenomenon. No, actually I have a couple of times. There's been a couple of times where I had UFO encounters and I ended up like 100 miles off in the wrong direction on my road and lost like 3 hours of time, and then had to spend the rest of the next couple of days trying to get back to where I needed to be. This one, thankfully, was only a little bit off the mark. And it was just a wrong turn on my part. But because I was so engrossed in my idea, I have arrived. And it's late, man. It's already past time to get busy. And it's another big day, man, because it's Friday. Which means I've only got enough time for a stogie. What's happening out in Happy Land? Let me see what you guys are talking about. I will review the chat and give some shout outs, and then I gotta head off to breakfast, guys. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up if you support the idea of a shamrock or just the color green in general, because they're using the color green to try to represent that you fucking kowtowed to the great beast. Wow, Little Fish is out in the ideas room. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Say hello to your daughter for me, please, Little Fish. And ask her if she likes my idea of a green shamrock to support pro-choice in this whole goddamn situation. This is Anthony. Stay away from the vaccine. I have come to my senses. Good man, Anthony. I appreciate that you've done that. You'll survive, though, bro. It's mostly a placebo. Yeah, we shouldn't call it poison, and we shouldn't resist the idea of progress, but we should definitely say people have a right to choose. And we'll just call it a placebo and say that it's useless, basically. Or, you can word it any way you like, but I don't think that it should be in the spirit of casting negative aspersions towards them. It should be in the spirit of casting positive reinforcement to our own idea, right? Or one's own idea. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Little Fish, Silver Fox, Paul Fay, whoever else is out there. It looks like there's probably a couple of people in the chat room that are not saying anything. They're just lurking, which is always fun. There's some Russian person, wow, that only speaks Russian. That must be a porn bot of somehow. Because sometimes I see that type of jibber jabber, and it's like, what does that even say? It says Sisyphus19 LOL online. What does that even mean? Maybe that's just a fake Anthony. Because it says author what? I can't read Russian, guys. Sorry about that. I will, in the future, maybe in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I'll do a little bit to learn the Russian alphabet, but I'm working on Hebrew and I'm working on Hebrew right now. So if you do speak Hebrew, then Boker Tarov to you. If you speak Irish, then Unbiggen du Galen. And if you speak any of the other 6 or 7 languages that I know the basics of, then Buenos tardes, amigo. Hola, my good friend. Cinco de Mayo's on Tuesday, and I hope to see you again. Yeah, Paul, I'll wear a green bandana, but I don't think it needs to be that excessive. Just like a sash of green or a flash of green and a green shamrock, I think should be the unifying idea. But the color green represents pro-choice in this situation. Karen, what's up, Karen? Welcome. I'm just about to sign off, guys. I got a big day, and it's the weekend, and I do plan on going live several times over the weekend. You guys know how I like to get up at odd hours and do a live stream. The hard part is that I got to try to keep my voice down a little because I don't want to wake other people up while I'm engaging in a kind of, live streaming is really a kind of decadence for me because it doesn't serve the family. It's my one social outlet right now since everything else has been cut off to me. Um, my esoteric magical Wednesdays have been dispersed because we can't find a place to assemble without forcing people to, show green passes and do the vax bullshit. And my Monday night swing class has been dispersed because of the attack on community. But I think 2022, I think I'm going to try to relaunch both my Monday night dance class and my Wednesday night esoteric circle because you know what? It's either now or never. I put an end to those social activities because of this great pandemic, scandemic, and I thought I'll capitulate this little bit because I've got a family and I don't want to put people at risk. But now that the pandemic has turned endemic and it's over, right? The curtains are it's curtains for this whole situation, and I think the Shamrock should represent that. At least for me, I'll try to promote it online somehow without getting deplatformed, right? And so keep the language clean, right? No saying motherfucker, no horse shit, no saying whatever, no verboten language. And I'm gonna make swing dance the unifying idea. And I'm gonna have a St. Patty's party and support all people who are pro-choice in this situation. Um, Sadly, that's all I got, man. I've lost my train of thought, and I think I'm just going to try to focus on that one idea and learning about who the great Celtic heroes were in Ireland who put up the most resistance and even maybe laid down their lives for the cause. And in my opinion, there's no greater idea to get behind than human freedom worldwide. And Thomas Jefferson, he did it. He swore on the altar of God, eternal what? How does the quote go? I swear before the altar of God, eternal. I can't remember the exact quote, but eternal aggression against tyranny, against all forms of tyranny over the mind of men. So I'm going to make myself a bit of a Thomas Jefferson in my writing and my ideation in the new year, 2020. Tell me what your New Year's resolutions are. How about that? What are your New Year's resolutions? My New Year's resolution is number one, to stay unjabbed because I don't fucking need it, and I can't tolerate it. I run a real risk of dying taking any type of experimental medications. My health just wouldn't support it. I got better chances just facing the boogeyman directly, and whatever goes with that, whatever that means. If it means, laying down my life for freedom, then that's what it means. But I'm gonna stand firm on that. And 2022, I'm gonna do greater research into the founding fathers of the United States, and why so many fled Ireland for a land of freedom, or at least a land of promised freedom. And I'm going to learn about my ancestors on my Irish side. I mean, I'm a German Irish Jew, so I got a little bit of all of it. But I'm going to commit to all three of those. The Hebrew language is something I've been endeavoring to learn at least the basics of, and maybe get myself a book of the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, and the Sefer Yetzirah, right, the Book of Formation. And then for my Irish roots, I'm going to relearn my Irish folk songs and figure out who those guys I've been singing about for the past 30 years are. And then for my German side of things, I don't know, maybe I'll wear a Hitler mustache all year and wear the swastika on one arm and say that I'm a neo-Nazi against tyranny. Nah, nobody wants to see me go down that path. But yeah, maybe a 4-leafed clover in the secret form of a swastika is the rallying cry, because that's a powerful symbol, and it's been used for evil in the past, and maybe it should be reappropriated for good. I don't know. The idea is still miasmic, but I think the shamrock, just a 3-leaved shamrock, your typical Irish shamrock, should be reassociated again with freedom. And let me know what your thoughts are on that. Hit the thumbs up. Somehow I only got 3 likes out of this, so this was a very meandering video. I realized that it wasn't focused, but it's a Friday, and not every video can be your best video. But I'm gonna sign off for now and blow you some kisses. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Silver Fox. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate you subbing the channel. I appreciate you guys as people. And with that, hail unto thee who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee who art raw in thy strength. Good man. That's a good one, Paul. Yeah, New Year's resolutions on this one. Come back and check the video once it's been approved by YouTube that it can be distributed, which it may or may not be approved. And leave a comment. Hit the cold goose button. Ring Pavlov's bell. And hail unto thee who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee who art raw in thy strength, who standeth in thy bark at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti, god of magic. Hermes Trismegistus. Mercury. Zeus standeth in the prow in his splendor. Rahor Queet abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of the night, and hail unto thee from the celestial kingdom. Y'all good looking people out in Happy Land. Stay well. I will see you in the abodes of the future. As above, so below. Hugs and kisses. Mwah!